Good morning, everybody.
And welcome back. My name's Joel.
I'm Gavin.
That's Leia.
And this is A Stable Life.
Welcome back, everybody. And as you can see, we got some snow. They had absolutely no idea what the weather was gonna do. The day of the storm, they were saying we were gonna get 15 inches of snow. As you can tell, we did not get 15 inches of snow. We did get a lot of rain, and then they said we weren't getting any snow. We ended up getting a little bit of snow, which is nice because it gives everything a nice whitish tint. The horses did absolutely fantastic through the storm. In case you're wondering, yes, we did keep them in. And also, in case you're wondering, Leia loves the snow, don't you, Scoots? So let's get these guys in. They were kept in for over a period of a night, and they were extremely happy to get right back out. They weren't too happy about being kept in. Good morning, Poncho. Good to see you this morning, buddy. Well, hiya, Buster. Hiya, Rocky. How we doing today, guys? We got all the horses coming in now. With the large square bales out there, they really like eating the hay and don't really see a need to come in for us to check on them. But with some hollering, we get them on in. They know that the grain's just too tasty for them to pass up. Looks like Roni's leading the pack. Jack and Rubble are still staying down there and eating, though. Right on in, Roni. Right on in. Don't you look beautiful this morning? Good looking saddlebred, that one. Hey, champ. What's up, my dude? Oh, these fine looking horses. Well, guys, looks like I'm gonna have to go for a walk. Get Jack and Rebel. I mean, there's only about an inch of snow on the ground, but man, it really gives everything a facelift. The only thing better would be for me to catch this while it was snowing, so you get all the trees and everything covered in snow. Oh man, that's gorgeous. I could see Poe right there. In case you guys are wondering how Poe's doing, he's already out in the big field. It's nice, the horses that have been here already, the horses pretty much remember all the smells, and they kind of remember the horse a little bit. So really, the only thing we have to do with him is warm him up to all the new horses that have arrived at our stable since he left. So that's only a couple horses, and some of those horses he's not even in the same pasture with, so good deal. That meant we were able to turn him out sooner. Looks like Jack's getting a drink before he heads on in. Not a problem. I just wanted to show you guys, take a look at this. This is a perfect look at a horse's hoof print, right? So this is your normal horse's hoof print, and this is Tucker's hoof print. Can you tell the difference? Now that the middle pasture's in, we can give Tucker his grain. I don't know if you heard that or not, but you can hear the snow plows working on clearing the roads. There's just little patches that drift shut because the wind rushes across the fields and it shuts the road. Well, howdy, howdy, beauties. How we doing? Here you go, Buster. There you go, boys. There you go, eat up. And it's time to let in some horses. Hey, Samson's first in. That's pretty crazy. Suede, you're dropping the ball. What's up, Duke? Random cow, I like it. There you go. Go ahead, Tucker. Sriracha, Spitfire. Declan's got a loose strap, mental note there. Weather, Gavin, and Archer. Danny, Skywalker, Obi, and Argento. Boy, everybody's coming in. Morning, Docs. Good to see you. You want to come in too, buddy? Or you got to go up and to the right. Your food's up there, okay? Come here, Poe. Come here. It's all right. I got you. Come on. You're okay. Yeah. No need to be scared. So as you guys will know, especially the veterans of the channel, Poe is not in the same stall that he was because that is now George's stall, but he is in a nice stall. In fact, it's the newest one now that it's been cleaned and remodeled, and it's doing just well for him. There you go, buddy. Right on in. There you go. So there you go, guys. That's all the horses in, all 24 of them. And 2 donkeys, of course. We can't forget about the donkeys. I'll tell you what, guys. Today is going really smooth. All the horses are doing exactly what they need to. Seems that everybody's happy to get in their stalls, eat their food, get some of their medicines and vitamins, and get right back out again. which of course means we need to go start the tractor up and see how things look for hay. Our large square bales did fantastic through the storm. The front of the bales did get a little bit wet, as you can see, but as mentioned before, we're not too worried because we're going through these. We're thinking we'll have all of these eaten for the month of December and maybe a little bit into January, which is a good thing because that is a whole month's worth of round bales that we didn't use. So now we're pushing all of our hay back further into the spring, and that's fantastic.
This needs hay. This needs hay. These need hay.
Joel, they need hay. All right, Gavin, where am I heading to first?
That one.
All right, sounds like a plan.
So, we're pretty curious. Out of all 24 horses we have, not including the 2 donkeys, they won't count, which horse is your favorite? Which one do you like to see the most? Leave in the comments down below. Hey Ducks, how you doing? Hey Poe, welcome back. Look at Roni go. Majestic.
Well, wasn't that nice, Gavin, showing you guys the horses and everything going on down at the feeders? Thought you guys would like to spend a little more time with the horses today. What that means is that feeding is all wrapped up for the morning, and now it's time to take the truck and hook it up to the trailer because we need to get some grain. Alrighty, so we got the pallet loaded. Time to take this pallet from an empty pallet to a full pallet. Now we're talking. Alrighty guys, so now it's time to fill up these feed bins. It's gonna take a little while in real time, so what do you say we speed this up? Look at this beautiful guy. Yeah, he's warming up nicely. As you guys can see, we have him in the big field both day and night. We got all that grain taken care of, and now all the horses are in. They're a good looking horse, Poe. And with all of the horses being in, I thought I would address something that I noticed a few of you have been asking about down in the comment section below, and that is what is around George's neck. Hey, George. So you guys probably have noticed this that is around his neck. It almost looks like a collar that is basically on a horse. Let me preface this whole thing with, for any of my longtime viewers, you guys will know that we care for the horse above all else and that the horse is our #1 priority here. So you know for a fact that this would not be on George if George didn't need it. Now, what is this? You see, George has a major problem with cribbing. And what cribbing is basically when a horse on any corner of wood or really any area, both in the stall or out in the pastures, they will find areas where they can grab, and what they'll do is they will bite the wood and chew the wood, but in the process, they will suck air into their body. It's a habit that horses usually develop from being bored and usually occurs for when a horse is stuck in a stall for a long period of time. They get bored, and then before you know it, they start doing weird things with their teeth and with their mouth, and then they learn how to crib, and then it's almost an addiction for them after that. Once they start cribbing, as you guys are well aware of, you can't simply tell them to stop cribbing. And the thing with cribbing is it's extremely dangerous for their health. When a horse cribs, and this is important for you to understand, that a horse cannot throw up, a horse cannot burp. So when something goes into their digestive system, it has to go all the way through and out the other side. So as one could imagine, if he was constantly biting wood and sucking in air, and when a horse cribs, they don't just suck in a little air, he's sucking in quarts of air all into his digestive system. And then what can happen is if he eats food, that food goes down through and traps that air in his digestive system. Once that happens, that air creates pockets all through his digestive system, which can create one of two problems. The first is that through his digestive system, it can actually create points where the air will start to float inside his digestive system, moving his intestine. As one could imagine, that is extremely painful, and this can create a problem known as colic, where either that occurs or he's experiencing stomach pain from all the air, and he's trying to get rid of the stomach pain, and so what he does is he rolls. And because a horse is so big, when he's on the ground thrashing and rolling about, there's a lot of intestines that are moving around in there, and if one were to twist, that could be extremely life-threatening for George. So this is a very serious issue. As you wanted to imagine, we want George to stay healthy, and we want George to stay happy, and we want his owners to have George for a long time. So him cribbing is extremely serious. There's lots of ways you can combat cribbing, and if George only cribbed inside his stall, there are jellies that you can rub all along all of the corners of a stall, or you can simply place pieces of wood, pieces of metal all along the wood, depending on the reason why the horse cribs. Some horses like the feeling of sinking their teeth into wood, others like the feeling of sucking air. Sadly, George likes the feeling of sucking air. So that brings us to this. This is a cribbing collar, and there are lots of different types, lots of different versions of cribbing collars. We found this to be the best version of a cribbing collar because it just goes around his neck here, and it's not around his main head, which can create wear all along his ears and along his mane. This, thankfully, is not creating wear, as you can see right here. This is actually the perfect demonstration for this. So when he is eating naturally like a horse, so hay out in the pasture, notice how loose this is. See, not even tight on the back of him. And thank you for cooperating so nicely, George. And that's the whole point of this. When he's eating naturally and doing what he's supposed to as a horse, this is essentially a collar, and it's quite loose, as you can see. Interestingly enough, horses don't crib all the way on the ground. They'll usually crib at eye level or above them. And if I may, George, sorry to bother you. Come here. So now you can see when he gets to about eye level, the collar now gets just a tad bit tight. And what this does is this puts just a little bit of pressure on his larynx. I know that probably sounds scary, but it is not, and this is backed by veterinarians. That what this does is this prevents him from swallowing when he's cribbing out in the pasture. So he'll be chewing wood and trying to swallow air, but the air can't get past his larynx. Now, if he wants to eat, all he has to do is just bend down, and then you can see that loosens right up and he's able to chew, and that goes right through his digestive system completely fine. This is how we're able to keep George healthy and happy. Now obviously the best case scenario would be that George simply stops cribbing. We don't need to use a cribbing collar on him and he is completely fine. But sadly, George seems to be extremely addicted to it, so for the time being, this is how we are helping him. This is a very life-threatening issue. There are alternatives that are out there, and we are aware of them, but for what we think with George, this is the best use to keep him healthy and good. I wanted to give you guys an in-depth explanation on what this collar was, why it's around his neck, and what the point of it is. As always, if you guys have any questions about this or anything you'd like to bring out, always feel free to share it down in the comments below. I'd be happy to read about them. But just know that we really do care and love our horses here. That's kind of the whole point of our stable. You really can't do this job if you don't love the animals. And George is an absolutely beautiful paint. We love having him here, and we want to make sure that he's healthy and happy. Well, look at this. How's the Gavins doing today?
This Gavin's good. This Gavin's even better.
Oh, very nice. What's going on with you two?
Just chilling.
Oh, they look so happy to be out in the pastures. George, Rebel, and Jack are over chilling. Did you say it was a good day, Gavin?
I'd say it was a pretty good day.
Yeah, I think so too. We hope you guys enjoyed spending some time with us. And spending some time with Gavin down by the horses. It was good. It was good. Nice chill day. Got a lot done, but at the same point in time, it wasn't crazy. Wasn't always running around to the next job. It's going to be on that happy note that this is going to be where we're concluding the video. If you haven't,
Like and subscribe and leave down in the comments which horse is your favorite.
that's a good reminder, Gavin. Looking forward to hearing your answers. Gavin, do you have a favorite horse?
I can't pick.
Can't pick? I'm guilty. My favorite horse is my horse, Obi. Would you say that your favorite horse is Gavin?
No.
No? Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.